I'd like to welcome y'all back to another episode of Beyond the Fair Podcast, the place where you come to get a little motivation, inspiration, encouragement, and uplifting, and just some positivity. Today's episode is just about protecting your peace, and how important protecting your peace is. Since I started on this podcast thing, putting videos out, journey, I found something that I'm very passionate about, something that I'm willing to get out of my comfort zone for. So it's been helping me to find myself or to well, no, I'll say find myself. I was about to say refine, but no, I think this is like for the first time I'm really finding myself, really finding out what I'm passionate about, really finding out a lot about myself, going on this journey, and just kind of watching myself and seeing how much I've grown and changed in these past couple of months. It's probably been about 3 or 4 months. And one of the things that I'm finding is my happiness, genuine happiness, and peace. Those are two things that I'm starting to find. And what I'm starting to realize is I was never at peace before. I like this. I can genuinely say that right now, I'm probably more at peace now than I've ever been in my adult life. And obviously, as a kid, that's something different. But in my adult life, this is probably the most at peace that I've been ever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to realize that before it wasn't that I was at peace. It was just I was in my comfort zone and I was content. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being in your comfort zone and being at peace. And I think that now, I'm outside of my comfort zone. I'm doing things, or at least trying things that I don't normally try. Small steps. I'm not sitting here acting like I'm just jumped way outside of my comfort zone. It's small steps, but I'm taking them consistent small steps outside of my comfort zone. But I'm finding peace in being in front of the camera. I'm finding peace in putting myself, my story, my face out there for the world to view and review and break down. But I mean, for whatever reason, I'm finding peace in it. And in finding peace, I'm starting to realize that I like my peace. You don't really realize or appreciate peace, your peace, genuine peace, until you have it. It's one of those things that you have to have before you can really appreciate it. Because before you have it, I'm gonna just use me. I'm not gonna use anybody else. So for me, before I really just started to find my peace, like I said, I was in my comfort zone. And so while I'm in my comfort zone, I don't mind people who come in disturbing whatever I got going on. It didn't really matter, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I wasn't truly at peace. I was just comfortable. I found my comfort zone and I was comfortable within it. So when people would come in, whether it was people I've known before being disruptive of my comfort zone, or new people, whether this be friends or somebody that I'm interested in, romantically, no matter what it was, if they came in being disruptive, I didn't really care, you know what I'm saying? Because my whole thing was, I'm just in my groove, I'm in my rhythm. I'll find a way to fit you into my rhythm. You being disruptive right now because I don't know you, I don't know your frequency, I don't know your wave, but eventually I'll find a way to either weave you into what I got going on, or you know what I'm saying, or you'll find, or you'll move on, you know what I'm saying? But the thing was that I was so intent on keeping you around, even though you were disruptive. I was so intent on trying to make it work, trying to make sure that you stayed around. So even if so I was biting my tongue at times because I didn't want to have these awkward conversations that might push you further away, or I didn't want to make the comment that make you feel some type of way and push you. So I mean, it's just sometimes you're walking on eggshells with people because you don't know what's gonna tick them off. You don't know what's gonna upset them. So now I'm not being myself and things like that. And in my mind, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure our rhythm out. I'll figure out how to talk to this person. I'll figure out, what it is that they like, what it is that they don't like, what it is that I can and can't say around them. You know what I'm saying? And just, we'll find a way to get on we'll find a way to get on the same frequency. And what I've noticed, because when I told y'all a few weeks ago, going through this silent season, this period of, where I'm not really talking to people because I'm really just assessing their value. Like I don't want to say their value. I'm assessing number one, what they bring to me, but also what I bring to them. And as I'm assessing this stuff, I'm starting to realize, okay, certain people ain't bringing much value to my life. I'm not bringing much to theirs. Okay, let's just go ahead and break this off, because it's not doing anything for either side. Just to be fair to them as well, I'm not bringing much to them either. So let's let's just stop this. So I'm deleting numbers, things like that, and I'm having, over the past couple of weeks, over the past week and a half, I've been having conversations with people too, and it's just been conversations that I've been scared to have, or I've been kind of holding off and pushing off, because again, I've been in that mindset of, I just want these people around because I'm so used to having these people around. I'm so used to talking to these people. I'm so used to texting these people. I'm so used to, just having these conversations. But at the end of the day, now that I'm starting to find peace instead of finding my comfort zone, I'm starting to realize, you know what? I don't like the disruptions anymore. I'm okay with having these conversations, and I'm okay if these conversations lead to me not talking to this person anymore. Doesn't mean that person's a bad person. Doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It just means where my life is taking me and the peace and the happiness that I'm finding with my journey that I'm taking now, I don't want to mess that up. I don't want people coming in and disrupting my happiness. I can understand you coming in and disrupting me being in my comfort zone. Like, oh, you might see something in me and be like, man, you know what? You need to go to this. You need to go to this event. This is going to be a great networking thing. And me wanting to be in my comfort zone, I don't really like being around a lot of people I don't know. And then somebody just been like, no, bro, you got to do this. This is going to help you. If you're serious about doing this, you need to go to this networking event. I don't mind that. I don't mind somebody coming in and disrupting me as far as like getting out of my comfort zone. Those things I understand. But when you come in trying to disrupt my peace, that's where now it's going to be a problem. Now it's going to be a conflict. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I've just been having a lot of conversations over the past week and a half. And it's just been a mutual understanding of, okay, this friendship, these conversations no longer serve a purpose, or really never really served much of a purpose. But because again, I didn't have a purpose, I wasn't looking for a purpose, I was just going through life, just trying my best to stay in my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Never really trying to branch out too far on my comfort zone. So, you know what I'm saying? Those people became a part of my comfort zone. So even if these conversations have been going on for years and nothing's really ever come from them, there's been no need for them, it's been my comfort zone. My comfort zone is what makes me text this person, even though I don't add any value to their life. They don't add any value to mine, but I'm so comfortable talking to this person. I've talked to this person for so long. It was almost like, what is my world? What is life if I don't hit this person up? You know what I'm saying? Because again, my life was just my comfort zone. I didn't really have a purpose. I didn't really have meaning, and I wasn't looking for it. So now that I feel like I have a purpose, I have meaning, I have a goal, I have something that I'm trying to build towards, I'm trying to collect something, I'm trying to gain something, I'm trying to aspire to. Now everything's starting to shift, whereas my priority was like what makes me comfortable, what's my comfort zone. My priority now is how can I get better? How can I grow? Who can I be talking to help advance and elevate myself and my understanding and what I'm trying to do and elevate around me. So now I'm trying to put people around me who are already in some of these positions, who I can watch and see and just get motivated off of what they're doing. Also be able to talk to them and they could tell me, hey, I'm going to this. Oh shoot, I need to be on that. I need to be a part of that. Let me see if I can get on this. Somebody who's going to help push me, on the days when I don't feel motivated. But I've been working so hard. I've been so disciplined that even on the days I don't feel motivated, I still know, hey, got to get up. Hey, got to go do this. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm starting to, like I said, even on days that I'm not motivated, I'm still in that routine and that understanding, okay, man, this is going to pay off. Don't know when it's going to pay off. Don't know what the payoff is going to look like, but it's going to pay off. So just keep putting in the work, keep grinding, keep doing all of that. So I'm reassessing everything. And like I said, being fair to the people who I'm starting to distance myself from, I'm not adding anything to their lives either. So I don't want to make it sound like it's just this one-sided thing of people aren't adding value to me, but I'm adding value to them. There's no value on either side. I'm not adding value to them, their lives, their situations. They're not adding value to mine. So it's fair across the board that there's just no value there. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm starting to realize is that, I want to protect this little piece of peace that I'm starting to find. And obviously it'll continue to grow. It'll continue to get bigger and I'll continue to become even more protective of it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying I found like a piece of peace that I just want to hold on to. And because I found this peace and because I found this happiness, it's made me realize that it's okay to have these conversations with people, because maybe they wanted to have the conversation too and just didn't know how to. Because at the end of the day, like I said, these are not bad people and they don't look at me like I'm a bad person. So you don't really want to offend anybody or hurt anybody. But at the same time, you got to protect yourself. You got to sometimes put yourself first. And in these situations and in these conversations that I've been having, that's all it is. It's not me saying I hate you. It's not me saying I don't like you. It's not me saying you're not a valuable person. It's just me saying, hey, where you are in life right now and where I am at life and where I am in life right now, we aren't adding value to each other on both sides. So let's just, you know what I'm saying, go do our thing. I know the only thing that's probably been holding us together is the fact that we normally just text each other. It just became like a custom. It became a tradition. It became normal. And so, you know what I'm saying, whatever value may have been there at one point in time has been gone for a long time. And we've just been staying here because, again, well, let me speak for me. I've been staying here because of, just the comfort of it. Even if I know how our conversation is going to go every single day or every other day, whenever we talk, I know how our conversation is going to go. We're going to have these same questions, which is fine about the same questions, but we give the same answers. And, the conversation just kind of has gotten dull. It's gotten dry. We're not adding anything new to each other, but we've gotten so comfortable with it that it's like, okay, cool. Let's just keep doing it. Whereas now with me, like I said, venturing out of my comfort zone and I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone and get into my purpose and get into, just this place of peace, this place of love, this place of understanding, this place of appreciation and giving thanks. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me clarity that I didn't have. And so now that I have this clarity, it's allowing me to have conversations, respectful conversations too, by the way, of these respectful conversations with people about where I am in life, where they are, and why I personally feel there's nothing there anymore. And like I said, most of the time the other person has felt similar, probably been feeling this way, and just again didn't want to say anything because they didn't want to hurt my feelings, and I can respect and appreciate that. And so, you know what I'm saying, there's also understanding in that. There's understanding in, now I agree with you, you know what I'm saying, we don't add value to each other, so I completely agree. So now it may be a weight lifted off of their shoulder, knowing, okay, I'm not gonna have to respond to his text every day or every other day or whatever the case may be. Now I can take that time and go do whatever. Who knows, you know what I'm saying? But there's mutual respect. But getting out of my comfort zone and trying to find my purpose and what I want to do has led me to finding a piece of peace and finding the courage, and in wanting to protect that piece of peace, it has made me find my courage to have these uncomfortable conversations with people that are probably years overdue. In some cases they're years overdue, and they've been needing to happen for years. But again, because I was in such a comfortable rhythm, it's like you don't even see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just a part of your everyday. It becomes as a part of you as breathing. You know what I'm saying? Taking that breath, or as comfortable or as normal as putting on clothes before you go out. It's just something you don't even think about. It's just something that you naturally do. So when I wake up and, you know what I'm saying, do whatever I'm gonna do, and then I start texting these people, it's just normal to me. I don't even think about, hey, why am I texting this person? Am I texting this person for a reason? Am I texting this person, to get some information? Do I even enjoy talking to this person? Whatever the case may be, I'm not thinking about any of that. It's just become a part of my normal routine. Just like when you go to work, you get up, whatever your routine is, put your clothes on, and you out the door. You probably take the same route to work. You don't even think about it because it's just become so routine. And that's what a lot of my conversations were. And I think that's why I went through so many, I guess we'll call them isolation seasons or silent seasons over the years, is because so many of these conversations weren't really serving a purpose on either side. Wasn't serving them a purpose, wasn't serving me a purpose. It was just, I get so stuck in my comfort zone that whoever's a part of my comfort zone, I want you to stay. Because for me, I didn't like change. So I didn't like when I go through, like when it was like one of those big blow ups and it's like, okay, no coming back from this. Now I'm feeling lost, not because you meant the world to me, not because that person meant the world to me or I cared about that person so much, but because you were probably so much a part of my normal day, my everyday, my comfort zone, that now that that's not there, it's like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? And again, one of my bad habits that I'm working on is when stuff like that would happen, what I would do is just be like I would go on how you doing, what you doing, how's your day going spree in people's, you know what I'm saying, in people's DMs, just because I'm looking for somebody to fill that conversation slot that I just lost. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so man, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had some bad habits. Still have them. Still have some bad habits but I acknowledge them and I'm working on them. But yeah, so that was just one of those things where, somebody would leave, just because of life. You grow apart, and now my comfort zone feeling rocked because this person that I talked to on a regular basis, whether that regular basis was every day, every other day, 2-3 times a week, whatever it was, is gone. And so now my comfort zone is telling me, man, you need to fill this slot. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy because that's how that's how I'm looking at it now. But at the time, it was just like, man, there's this void. You know what I'm saying? I need to fill this void. And that's how I would feel. It would just be reaching out to people who, you know what I'm saying, they got their own lives, they got other things, they got their things going on, and just trying to have conversation out of Number one, boredom. And number two, well, number one, out of trying to get back to my comfort zone, trying to make my comfort zone, trying to make me feel complete in my comfort zone. And number two, just out of boredom, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have much going on. Well, I didn't have much going on at that time because, like I said, I wasn't trying to find my purpose. I wasn't trying to find anything. You know what I'm saying? I was content with going to whatever job I was working at the time that I probably didn't like. I may have liked some of the people I worked with because I've been fortunate enough to work with some amazing people, some funny people, and a few of them I'm still friends with to this day. You know, so I've been fortunate on that end to be able to work with some amazing people, but I may have not liked what I was doing or the company I was with. So, but again, with me not really having much purpose, me being quick to quit on myself whenever things got hard, to quit things when they got hard, and to quit just trying because it's not working out the way I wanted to, you know, and just giving up on myself a lot, you know, that killed a lot of my drive, that killed a lot of my motivation. So it just kind of got to a point to where I wasn't motivated, I wasn't driven, and I didn't want anything in life. So my comfort zone was just all that I had, you know what I'm saying? So whenever my comfort zone was calling me, there was no motivation, no to counterbalance that call to keep me out of my comfort zone. So I got so entrenched in my comfort zone that, you know what I'm saying, whenever somebody would leave, it's like, oh no, I'm scrambling because now it's like it's like, you know what I'm saying, I got a hole in my heart. That's what I was feeling at the time. Now that I'm, you know, out of it, I can look back on it like, man, I was dumb. But at that time, it was like, damn, let me try to scramble to get this person back. Even though me and this person just went through something that would normally make somebody realize, okay, I don't need this person in my life. I don't need to be in their life. We're just toxic for each other. But because you've become a part of my comfort zone, my first instinct is to try to get you back. And if that just doesn't work and I've just realized, okay, now you're not coming back. Now my second instinct is to go find somebody to fill this void instead of filling it with me, filling it with loving myself, filling it with finding myself. You know what I'm saying? I was just so lost in my comfort zone that's what I cared about. I didn't care about loving myself. I didn't care about helping myself. I didn't care about trying to grow me and trying to figure out what am I passionate about? What do I want to do? Like, I mean, obviously, if people would have asked me these things, I would have, like, you know, some half-hearted answers like, oh, I want to own a business, or oh, I want to work for myself, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But if you probe deep enough, you'll know that was just only like surface level, face value answers. Because if you would ask me, well, what type of business do you want? Well, what are you doing to get this business started? What, you know, and you know, you dig deep enough, you start to realize, okay, bro just talking. And it ain't really something that it isn't something that I really thought about at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I just didn't care. I had my comfort zone. So for me, that was enough for me. I wasn't looking for love. I wasn't looking for someone to spend the rest of my life with, because I was barely taking myself seriously. So I wasn't even thinking about somebody else taking me seriously enough to want a relationship. So my comfort zone became like my crutch, you know, it really did. And I just I didn't take life seriously, you know what I'm saying? And so I've let a lot of years go by. I wasted a lot of years just being stuck in my comfort zone and being stuck in this cycle of, you know, them 4 to 5 people that I would just text, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't adding any value to them. They weren't adding any value to me. I wasn't adding any value to myself. I wasn't even looking for value. I was just looking for comfort. So that's why I'm so passionate about this podcast. That's why I'm so passionate about, you know what I'm saying, just trying to spread positivity, trying to spread motivation, trying to spread inspiration, because I know that there are people out there who are currently going through what I went through in my past. And it's like, man, it's okay, but you got to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? And once you acknowledge it, once you can start to step out your comfort zone, it's okay. You don't need to continue to harp on the past. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking to y'all, I'm not harping on it. I'm not beating myself up about it. I'm doing my best to forgive myself for holding myself back for so long. And I'm in my process. I'm not saying I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to happen, and I'll be able to put it behind me completely. But when I'm bringing these things up, I'm not bringing them up to feel bad about myself. I'm bringing them up to warn people. You know what I'm saying? If they are listening or if they are watching, dang, is that me? Am I kind of doing that? Am I doing something similar? Man, let me catch myself and let me get out of it, because before you know it, like that, 4 or 5 years can go by and you've wasted them in your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? And you've convinced yourself, oh, I don't need love, or, oh, I don't need this person, or, oh, I don't need that person, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't need a bunch of friends. I just need, and you don't, but you do want your village. You do need your village. You do need your team of support and things like that. But your comfort zone will make you believe that, well, at least my comfort zone made me believe that those 4 or 5 people that I was constantly texting were my village, were my support, when really they were just people to conversate with, to occupy time. That's really what it was. Just to occupy time, to get me through my day. You know what I'm saying? Watch some movies, watch some TV, go to work, text these folks, then go to bed. And that was my day. So they were just time fillers. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really up supporting them, and they weren't really up supporting me. And to be fair to them, I really didn't have anything going for them to support, because, again, just being lost in my comfort zone. So now that I'm starting to find my purpose, and then finding my purpose, I'm also starting to find happiness and peace in my life. It's become so important for me to protect it. And so part of me protecting it is me having tough conversations with people about, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going, like, you know what I'm saying? What is it? What's this? You know what I'm saying? Because you start to put people in categories, and you're either adding to my peace, disrupting my peace, or you're just doing nothing. And I'm just talking about the people in my phone, not the people just around me every single day, but the people in my phone. And I'm just starting to put them into categories like, okay, this person definitely adds to my peace. This person is disrupting my peace. And then with the people who disrupted my peace, it's just like, okay, I gotta let you go. You know what I'm saying? Again, not a bad person or anything, but what you might be talking about, or what you might be on, or where your mentality is at this moment, is just counterproductive to what I'm trying to do. It's counterproductive to where I'm trying to go, and what I'm trying to build. And so it's one of them things where now that I'm starting to find my peace, now that I'm starting to find my happiness, I'm starting to put myself first, put my needs and my wants and my desires first, because for the longest time I've been that friend who, no matter what I'm going through, and I'm not blaming any of my friends, right? Because like I've said before, I've been the type of person to suffer in silence. I've been the type of person, I could be down to my last. I'm never going to ask you for anything. I'm going to just suffer through it until I put it behind me, until I can build up enough, no matter whether it's heartbreak, whatever, until I can build up enough to get through my day without thinking about it. I'm not healed. I haven't healed from it. I haven't done the work to heal from it. I've just let enough time pass by to where I'm not thinking about it constantly every day. So the thought of it hasn't crippled me. The thought of being broke hasn't crippled me. The thought of this person that I thought was going to be there for me, or be there with me, and I'd be there with them for the rest of our lives, just broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? So now I need to go through it. And I would do this alone. I wouldn't talk to anybody. So I'm not blaming my friends, because 9 times out of 10, they didn't know. So there was no way that they could help me, but I suffered in silence. So I've always been that friend to put my problems on the back burner and genuinely help you with your problems. Genuinely, okay, what you trying to do? You trying to get your girl? Okay, this is what you can do. Boom, boom, boom. You trying to get your leg, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Even though I don't, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't have a lot of experience with relationships and things like that, I always put myself in somebody else's shoes. Like, man, what would I enjoy? What would I like? What would matter to me? But I would always give genuine advice. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but it was always genuine. It always came from the heart. It always came from a good place. And that's who I was as a friend. No matter what I'm going through, I'll put that to the back burner because I know I can just go in the corner and struggle by myself, go through it, get, you know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm looking at it like, okay, enough time goes by, I won't think about it every single day. I won't think about this person making me mad. I won't think about me messing up a good situation, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that I'm suffering with. I know if enough time goes by, I'm going to convince myself that I've healed, but really I've just buried it deep enough to where I'm not thinking about it every single day. But no matter what I'm going through, if somebody calls me like, bro, this is what I'm going through, I'm finna sit there, whether it's for 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, and I've been that way my entire life. There are people who I can call right now. Well, maybe because I won't say call because I don't have their number, but there are people who in middle school, high school, whatever, who can tell you, man, I would sit on the phone with DJ for hours just venting to him about this and about that and about how my boyfriend wasn't doing right by me or how my girlfriend was whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I would just sit there and listen and give the best advice that I could. Maybe it helped, maybe it didn't, maybe they just needed somebody to listen, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't really need the advice, they just needed to be able to vent for 2-3 hours. I could be going through whatever, but I'm going to still take the time to, you know what I'm saying, sit there and listen. And so for me, now, again, that I'm finding my purpose through these videos, through trying to help people, trying to motivate people, trying to help people get out of that comfort zone trap and get beyond the fear of, you know, because that's what your comfort zone does as well. Your comfort zone, you get so comfortable in it, it starts to build these walls up, and now you start to realize, you start to think, well, you know, there's monsters on the other side of that wall. There are people, there's failure on the other side of that wall. I'm scared of these monsters. I'm scared of failure. So now these become your fears, and so now this becomes, you know, this dark room, right, where you know what your comfort zone is. You know there's only but so much success that you can find in your comfort zone because you're not willing to grow. You're not willing to expand. There's no room to grow. There's no room to expand because you're allowing your fears and your comfort zone to block everything. So now you don't even see the views. So you don't know what's over there. You don't know that it might be beautiful over there. Yeah, there might be some scary spots, but you got to go through it to get to the beautiful spots. But you don't know anything because you're too scared to even peek over your comfort zone to see what's out there, you know. So that's what I do this for. You know what I'm saying? I do this for myself because I'm at a point now where I'm peeking over. Okay, there are some scary spots, but man, it's so beautiful out there. Man, the world is so big. Let me go see, you know what I'm saying? So I do this for myself, but I also do it for the people who might be struggling and trying to fight through their own fears and try to fight their own comfort zone and might be trying to get out of their comfort zone, but their comfort zone is calling them back. And you know how inviting and warm and comfortable your comfort zone is, and you know how scary and cruel and jagged and tough that world outside of your comfort zone is. So it's always going to be there calling you in the back of in your ear calling you. But you know what I'm saying, you got to fight through that and keep pushing forward. And I do this to remind myself of that, but I also do this to motivate and inspire others to get out their comfort zone or to stay out their comfort zone if they're already out of it. But again, man, the message of the day is protect your peace. Sometimes you got to protect your peace from other people. Other times you got to protect your peace from yourself. You know what I'm saying? For me, for example, my comfort zone has conditioned me so much to where even as I'm letting people go and I'm having uncomfortable conversations and I'm agreeing, hey, let's just go our separate ways, there's still that piece of me that's wanting to text to instead of texting the next person that I need to talk to and have an uncomfortable, or just to have a conversation about like what's up, it makes me want to say, hey, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? And try to now try to build a rhythm with this person instead of just having that real conversation of, hey, so I'm still fighting, my comfort zone. I'm still fighting that, and I'm still having to protect my peace from myself because that person ain't texting me. That person ain't bothering me. So why am I having to start to text this person and ask them how their day is going and now put them into my rhythm? You know what I'm saying? So I'm having to protect my peace from myself as well. So you know what I'm saying? So just protect your peace from yourself, from other people, have those uncomfortable conversations, do what you need to do, because as someone who said it before, those are just hollow words. As someone who's found at least a piece of peace and a piece of happiness that I'm really enjoying, it's so important to protect it. It's so important because you gotta help it grow. You gotta help your peace and your happiness grow. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta treat it like a plant. You gotta make sure you feed it. You gotta make sure you nurture it. You gotta make sure that it grows and continues to grow. And you gotta cut those weeds and those insects that's trying to eat your plant, trying to eat your peace, trying to eat your happiness. You got to get rid of all of that. So it's a struggle, again, because I'm new to it. It's definitely a struggle. It's definitely something that I'm going through, and I'm finding out how hard it is to get out of your comfort zone. I'm finding out how hard it is to protect your peace from yourself or from your comfort zone, or that piece of yourself that wants your comfort zone. So, but I'm going through it, and it ain't easy, but it's definitely worth it. So, man, protect your peace at all costs. If you know that there's that person in your life that's just been in your life, you've loved them being in your life, and you don't know what life is going to be like without them, but you also understand that they are hurting or disrupting your peace, you got to get that courage. You got to find that courage to just let that person go. Even if you don't have a conversation with this person and you just want to drift off and do your thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Until you can find the courage to have that real conversation with this person and tell them why you're drifting and going your own way. But you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to put yourself first. It is not selfish to put yourself first. You definitely have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. So, man, protect your peace. Do what you got to do to protect your peace and keep yourself going. I want to thank everybody for listening and watching. So, I already know what to do, man. Leave a review. Please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, man. And I will see y'all again. And I want to say, because I think this one's going to drop on Christmas Day. So happy holidays to everybody. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm praying that everybody gets blessed with whatever they've been praying for, whatever they've been asking for. And I'm praying that 2024 brings y'all even more blessings and even more riches and the things that y'all have been asking for. But man, y'all have a good day, and again, thank y'all for watching.